Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I want to show you guys my stone fruit trees. Now, this is the white Sousa donut peach tree in front of you. We harvest the fruit in the mid of May. This is an early variety of a white donut peach tree, a white peach tree. And I want to show you guys I have not fertilized this fertilized or used compost on this tree in about a month or 2 months, give or take. I have compost, but as fertilizer, I have not fertilized this tree since we harvested the fruit uh, off the tree. I want to be accurate because getting confused with one of my other trees, but this tree here we have not done much at all to it. I want to say for this white Sousa donut peach tree, you can see some leaf discoloration, and the sun is not doing any justice. But let me just see. Okay, I just took this off. You see this, guys? That you just saw that. That is because I have not given any Epsom salt, any chelated iron. You can use either one. You can use in a when you actually planting your tree, you can use a mixture of salt and it's Epsom salt and potting soil or raised bed potting soil, even garden soil. However you're going to plant your tree, you could just use it in a mix, or you could use chelated iron as a liquid feed and go ahead and do a soil drench or a foliar spray. Um, Routine. All you need is like a, if you're gonna do this in a 5 gallon container, you all you need is like a handful. That's it. Depending on the measurement of your hand, be careful. And if you're gonna do it, use warm water so the Epsom salt can actually dissolve, or you can do it in a 24-hour method, basically dumping some of the Epsom salt into a bucket, pot, container, whatever you got, and let it sit outside in the sun, and you'll be fine. Now, one thing I want to say, after I harvest the fruit, I prune this tree. This tree like cray cray. It doesn't look, all neat, but it's pruned and it's happy still. As you can see, I still have to. Let me see, trying to see this little right here. I had to actually cut that back, but I'm gonna wait until it's actually sleep because right now it's slowly going to sleep. As you can see, well, not on this one, but you can see some leaves actually have, as I shook the branch, they fell down. That means indicates this tree is not stressed. It's just going to sleep very slowly. All stone fruits are different. Basically, this tree is an early tree, like I said. With taste, with this white donut peach, I was happy. I was excited. Tastes very well. Tastes very good. I would grow this. I would get another peach tree in the near future. Compared to a white and a yellow, I like the white variety a little bit more better than the yellow, because the yellow has a little bit acidic um uh, qualities to it and a little bit of tartness, which I'm not a huge fan. I am a fan, but I'm not. I am, but I'm not. Catch that. Um, I like a little sweetness and with my stone fruit when I consume it. But as you can see, we have new fruit buds coming in. I mean, fruit buds coming in for the following year. When I mean buds, I mean stems actually. So that's great. I'm very concerned about this tree because I pruned it without even realizing what I was doing. But as you can see, some of the branches are bending on its own. So we're gonna do a tip prune once it go to sleep fully. And what this indicates to me too is that some of the leaves that you see on the ground basically are not diseased. Just want to say that, make it clear. But when you see holes in your leaves, 95% of the time, that doesn't mean that your tree is being affected by insect. Okay, 95% of that time of that category is your tree is missing some nutrients. So it is very important that you do the research on where you live, the state you live in, Matter of fact, let's get away from the state you live in, but let's just say the you look at the weather conditions in your neighborhood, in your city, and check the weather, because sometimes um your growing zone in that climate you're growing in indicates that your tree is going to go into dormancy. Could go into dormancy a little bit earlier than what you're expected. Sometimes when you do that research could be accurate, but so sometimes that research it might not be accurate because the climate is changing dramatically. Some things are going to sleep earlier than expected. Some things are dying earlier than expected. You get what I'm saying? Get my drift? So just don't think that when you do your research that this is actually the time to uh, just uh, fertilize at that certain time. Sometimes you got to do it a little bit early. And I took the liberty of now in my zone, Sacramento, where I live right now. Uh, I took the liberty of basically just adding compost. I did not add any fertilizer to this tree, which I need to, but I'm probably not. I'm just gonna leave it alone. But if you don't have anything but um, compost, use it. Feed it. If you just give it that, basically. If you have grass clippings, use it as a mulch. You have the leaves that's falling, collect these leaves, place them on top, and it will feed those leaves. Those leaves would die basically, but all the nutrients in those leaves will feed your root system, and the root system will actually pinpoint where the that those nutrients need to go. So basically, give it wood chips. Give it the leaves off of its own if its own tree off the own your own this tree. Uh, give it leaves from an oak tree. Use it as a mulch, and I'm going to show you guys in another video later in the season what I'm going to do to all my fruit trees, stone fruit trees. Now you can see I have they're bare in a sense. Basically, like this one is bare. This one is not. It has wood chips, but this one is. This is the flaming grenade, and I took those most all the leaves off this tree because this tree leaves was crispy as chips because of the sun. When we had our triple digit weather or a heat wave in a sense, but for this white stone fruit tree, I am going to give it some compost as well. Compost with this tree and the flavor grenade, and this is the center of the plum I'm pointing to in the middle. But if you just have vegetable scraps and fruit peelings, whether it's citrus or not, dig a hole, place that those food scraps or vegetable scraps and fruit scraps that you have left over that you finish eating, place it in the hole and cover it up, and that's trench composting. I did that all last year, and when I first started growing my fruit trees, my citrus trees, and my this one stone fruit tree, and even my vegetables, and I saw a whole different um, perspective of composting in place, which that is trench composting, and buying bad compost or even compost in my neighborhood, or even growing my own compost. And I like trench composting, aka composting in place, way better than anything uh, that I have done for myself since I've been gardening on my own. But basically, versus me, personally, I like the white stone fruit peach tree. Uh, is one of the sweetest peaches I ever had growing on my own, and you will see the difference when you go to a grocery store and purchase your fruit compared to growing it at home. And that difference basically is that the vendors or the first people that harvest the fruit from the fruit orchard farm, etc., is harvesting it early so it doesn't get it locks away some of those sugar contents, and it'll be more tart than sweet unless you place it on top of your counter, place it in the basket, place it in the refrigerator, and let it sit overnight, and you eat it. So and it becomes softer. So that's just, this is all I want to talk about. Basically, my stone fruit trees are okay. They're not. They're looking pretty good. I realized that I neglected from watering for a couple of days and couple of days, and I seen even with my plum tree here, center with a plum, the other day that it was the leaves were like wilting. Like you see this leaf here, like on this flame grenade, and I realized I said, what did I missed? Like, did I kill my tree? I said, no, it just need water, and I figured that's what it was, and look what happened. It perked right back up. So make sure you water your trees when they're needed. And what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna actually gonna let that tree, my stone fruit trees, basically, uh, let the leaves look like they're wilting, and then water because I don't want to have a high water bill. I don't want to overwater, and especially as I'm growing my own fruit or vegetables, I want to let them tell me when they need it and not just do it when I want it when they don't need it. Because sometimes we can even overwater even in the fall winter months. So be careful when you water your stone fruit, citrus, um, figs, pomegranates, etc. Be careful when you water, no matter what season you in, because sometimes they don't need it as much as we do. Until next time, guys, NJ Kelly Gardner, thank you for watching. Peace.